doubled up on the score. They had 14 that quarter, while Virginia High only had 7. It seems like most of this Virginia High team runs through number 22, Sidner, and she's just not been knocking down shots. That second quarter, she didn't score at all. She's taking the majority of the shots, but she can't seem to get them to fall. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know what it is. But if Gate City can kind of keep her at bay and don't let her get going, I think they should be all right tonight.
So, Jesse, you're the coach. If you're in the locker room as, let's say, Gate City, if you're Coach Housewright, what are you going to say to the team?
I think just to start the third quarter, I think whichever team comes out in the first 3 minutes and wins the first 3 minutes of that third quarter is going to end up with this game. Like I said, if we can keep 22 at bay, she's taking the majority of the shots. She's not been able to knock down many. She had an early 3 points in the first quarter, didn't score all in the second. She's taking the majority of the shots. If we can keep her struggling, I think they'll be okay. Keep attacking the boards. Virginia High went to that 2-3 zone, and Gate City kind of settled outside, didn't really want to attack too much. I think if they can keep somebody flashing high post and attack inside out or keep attacking the rim, I think it's going to be good for them. And on the opposite end, I think if I'm the Virginia High coach, I've got to talk to them, say you got to keep throwing up shots. They're going to fall at some point. And if they don't, it's just not our night. Gate City's knocking down shots. We're not. But we got to find a way to. We got to attack. We got to keep them in foul trouble. We got to knock down some big shots to get this one in our favor.
So I've got Tanner Cook trying to give me updates. Joe's texting at the same time. Mr. Carter wanted me to mention that Sidner for Virginia High recently signed with D2 Concord University. So I can believe that the way she's played tonight. Also, a couple scoring updates. Union was up 29-20, and Tanner Cook was just telling me that Ridgeview was all over Richlands. They won 51-23. Okay, so they're going to advance. Jesse, let me ask you this. On the flip side, if you're the Virginia High coach, did you already cover that when Tanner was giving me the updates? Okay, then. Never mind. So we got about 3 minutes to go. You were reading my mind there. You knew where I was going next. I do want to mention our other sponsors as well. Delegate Terry Kilgore, the law office of Jesse Walker McMurray, Nova Health and Rehab, Elmcroft of Johnson City, Colonial Funeral Home, and the Big Blue Booster Club. These folks are what's able to keep this going for us to be able to do this, and without them, we wouldn't be here rambling like lunatics tonight. So we do appreciate everyone. Lebanon right now is up on Wise Central 27-13 at the half. Central's down this year. They are the three-time defending state champions. They basically lost everybody, so they're in a rebuilding year. But they did manage to make it to the regionals, but it sounds like their season, if things don't pick up for them, is going to come to an early close by their standards. So 2:26 to go before the third quarter. Virginia High already back out shooting, and Riley Housewright's by herself for Gate City, getting in some early reps. And Gate City does lead 25-15. They were ahead by a little bit more than that, and they kind of let Virginia High, no pun intended, claw their way back into this. Or maybe a little bit of a pun there. But they are still in control by 10 points.
I think Virginia High did the right thing with that half. They took a very short half in the locker room, and I think they wanted to come down and just get more shots up. They didn't play a terrible first half. They shouldn't have many shots fall. So I think their coach took that as a sign, talked very little in the locker room, sent them back out just to get more shots up to try to get them to fall in this third and fourth quarter.
So with 1:40 to go, he's called the team over into a huddle. Gate City finally out of the locker room, getting in a few shots here with the shoot-around. Coach Housewright devising no doubt, some Bobby Knight-esque plays with Quillen and Gerald, set to just bust this game open, hopefully, for Gate City, as we're down to about 1 minute to go. So we'll kick off again and come back for the start of the third quarter. You are listening to Gate City Sports Radio. And we're back, freshly watered up, ready to go for another second half of basketball here at Gate City Middle School. Once again, 25-15, Gate City leads. Anyone, Jesse, I don't think there's anyone in any real foul trouble for either team, is there?
No, for Virginia High, Owens got 2, Campbell's got 2, there's a few others got 1. Other than that, for Gate City, Mullins has 2, and then there's a handful that's got 1.
And with that, we are set to get the second half underway. Spence set to inbound for the Bearcats. She gives it to who else? Sidner. Sidner getting pressured by Gerald, looking to drive around the left-hand side. They're on your left speaker now. We have switch goals at halftime. Sidner with the ball. Getting the play set up. She looks to drive inside. Gerald denies. She's back out to the volleyball line. Nowhere to go. Finally gets the ball into Spence. Spence goes up for the shot. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Quillen. She feeds the ball over to Mullins. Mullins long court pass down the court to Thompson. Pass was a little bit off. Intercepted by Maria Wilson. Wilson kicks the ball back over to Worley. Gets it back in Sidner's hands. Sidner over on the right-hand side. Gerald all over her. She looks to drive in. Shot goes up, no good. Rebounded by Worley. Worley kicks it back to Sidner. Sidner goes up again, misses. Rebounded by Thompson. Thompson races down the court, breaks through the double coverage. Looks to drive in, tries to pass to Gerald, loses control, picked back up by Mullins. They kick it back over to Thompson. Thompson for 3 from the right-hand corner. Boom! 28-15, Gate City leads. 6:39 to go, third quarter. Wilson now with the ball, looking to go on her own inside. Dribbles around house right, shot goes up and good. Virginia High's coach not too happy. If I turn the microphone, I think you could hear him right now. The gym only being about half full, every word he's saying is kind of echoing. He is not a happy man, Jesse.
No, he sees them playing kind of lax. He's trying to light a fire under them right now.
You ever had any moments like that? Actually, I know the answer to that. I've seen you have moments like that. I think at one point it involved you slamming down a dry erase board and picking up technical, if I'm not mistaken. So, coming out of the timeout, Mullins is going to inbound to Gerald. Virginia High pulled back into, almost like a man-to-man, but they're waiting to pick it up here. As Sidner picks up Mullins at the timeline. Mullins looks to drive inside, kicks it back over to Quillen. Quillen loses the grip. Manages to come down with it, gives it to Thompson. Thompson pulls up just inside the three-point line. Shot's no good. Knocked back in by Gerald. Unfortunately, she knocked it straight to Diana Spence. Spence gives it back over to Sidner. Sidner dribbles around the right-hand side, goes in. That was an awfully pretty layup by her. She dribbled around 3 Gay City defenders. So 28-19, Gay City leads. 5:49 to go, third quarter. Thompson pulls up, shot no good. Rebounded by Worley, and here comes Virginia High again. They've cut down the lead to 9 as Spence pulls for 3, shoots the air ball, and goes out of bounds. Mullins ready to bring it back down for Gay City. Thompson inbounds instead to Mullins. Mullins bringing the ball down uncontested. Virginia has decided to put Brianna Owens on Thompson, it looks like, wherever she goes. Almost like a boxing one, I guess you would kind of sort of say. Mullins with the ball now. Kicks it back into Gerald. Gerald knocks it back over to Quillen. Quillen back to Mullins at the volleyball line. Passes inside to Housewright. Housewright goes up. Shot finally rolls in. Give it to Riley. It's 30-19 now. 5 minutes to go. Third quarter. Ball's knocked out of bounds. And it's going to go back over to Virginia High. Pass was intended for Thompson. She lost control of it. Virginia High now has the ball on their half of the court. Sidner with the ball. She drives in. Shot goes up. Shot's good. Sidner right now is taking control of this quarter. Mullins has the ball now. Feeds it down low to Gerald. Gerald kicks it back out to Mullins. Mullins back to Housewright at the three-point line. Back over to Mullins. Owens and Quillen both hit the floor. No call. And we keep playing. Usually when players hit the floor, there's a foul committed, but apparently not. Thompson now with the ball inside. Shot goes up, no good. Rebounded by Housewright. Housewright goes up, shot no good. Rebounded by Sidner. Here comes Virginia High, trailing by 9. It's 30-21. Kicks the ball back over to Wright. Wright feeds it over to Spence. Spence pulls up for 3. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Thompson. Thompson, long, deep pass to Quillen. Quillen kicks it back out to Gerald. Gerald tries to feed it to Housewright. Ball is tipped by Worley. Stolen away by Wilson. She feeds it over to Owens. Owen kicks it back to Sidner. Sidner tries to drive in. Gets her feet tangled up with Housewright. And I believe Housewright's going to pick up the first foul. Nope. I was wrong again. She tripped over Housewright, but they charged it to Quillen. So Quillen now with her second foul. That was interesting. So, Gay City set to inbound. Sidner kicks it in. And they kick the ball right back to her. She inbounded to Chloe Leonard. Leonard feeds it right back to her. I don't blame her a bit. Sidner's been on fire this quarter. Lots of pressure by Dunn, denying the inside penetration. Long pass across the court to Owens. Owen pulls for 3. No good. Rebounded by Dunn. Virginia High keeps throwing up the threes, and they're not landing for them, so I hope they just keep tossing them up. Quillen now with the ball. They swing it back around to Irvin, who's checked in on the left-hand side. Throws it back up top to Mullins. Back over to Irvin. Irvin pulls up for the 10-foot jumper. No good. Almost rebounded by Virginia High. They finally do come out of it. That's Brianna Owens. Throws the ball down the court to Maria Wilson. They kick it back out to Worley. Gay City pulls the pressure back out on them almost to the volleyball line. Things kind of sort themselves back out. Sidner has the ball now, getting pressure by Dunn. She drives in, bumps up against Steele. Should have been a call one way or the other. Neither a charge nor a block there, but then when they go up, they do call a foul, and that's going to go on Mullins, and I believe that's 3 on her. So, Worley at the line. First shot's up. In and out. No good. It's still 30-21. Gay City leads. 2:34 to go in the third quarter. Quillen checks out. Mullins checks out. 5 on the floor are Thompson, Gerald, Steele, Irvin, and Dunn. Worley eyes. Second shot's up. No good either. Scrum for the ball, and Maria Wilson comes out of it for Virginia High. That kind of hurt. They're sort of taking it to Gay City right now. Fortunately, they haven't picked up a lot of points off of it yet. As Sidner goes up, and she's going to be fouled. And they're going to assess that on. I believe that's going to go on Lexi Irvin. She picks up her second. I don't have the hard statistics on Sidner, but if she's already signed a college scholarship, I bet she's pretty good from the free throw line. First shot's up. Oh, and she misses it. I have that ability on players. So still 30-21. Gay City leads. As fast-paced as this has been, there's not been a massive amount of scoring yet. 2:20 to go before the fourth quarter starts. Sidner eyes, shots up. She makes that one. So it's an 8-point lead now for Gay City, 30-22. Dunn bringing the ball down the court, gets it across the timeline, feeds it over to Gerald. Gerald kicks it back out to Thompson. Thompson attempts to establish the play. Interesting, got Housewright up at the post at the elbow. She feeds it back over to Irvin. Irvin pulls for 3. Oh, it looked good. In and out, though. Rebounded by Owens. Here comes Virginia High. They get the ball quickly down to Wilson. Wilson thinks